Heyo, this is Ham, the Guinness Gamer here, bringing you episode 5 of my Civilization 6 Complete Beginner's Guide. Now, straight into where we left off with the last one. I believe I've just killed their scout with my scout here. So, if you notice here, same as the warrior before, I have a promotion available on my scout. And instead of me spending 5 or 6 turns healing him up, I might as well use that promotion now. Generally, scout promotions are more about exploration. Scout promotions are more about exploration than attack. But if you look here, either faster movement in woods and rainforest or faster movement on the hills is my options, or are my options. When I look around here, just the map in the background, there's an awful lot of forest and not that much hills. So based on that, I'm going to go faster movement in woods and rainforest. And that has increased him by 50 health, so it hasn't increased him to max. So I'm maybe still going to heal him next 2 turns and then get back to exploring with him. Next thing it needs done, then yes, Munich needs my production, me to choose a production. Now, yes, at the end of the last one, then we had just managed to unlock trading and traders because uh, we had where is it? Is it Code of Laws, Foreign Trade? Yeah, Foreign Trade. Sorry, yes. We had unlocked this as a civic foreign trade, and this unlocks traders and a couple of other things, but it also allows the creation of trade routes. Now, it is traders that create trade routes; those two things are directly related to each other. Now, I'm not going to make him yet, but I am going to talk to him about him briefly. The reason why I'm not making him yet is I think I need to make a couple more military units to sort this camp out, because the trader is another civilian unit and it can be taken and destroyed by barbarians. Difference with the trader is when the barbarians take him, they'll kill him and they'll just get gold from it. Whereas when they take your builder or your settler, they own that unit and you are able to take it back. You know, they'll take the builder or the settler and they'll bring him back to their camp as a like a prisoner of war, and you can go to their camp, kill them, destroy the camp, and take your civilian unit back then. Whereas the trader unit will just be killed and you'll never have the opportunity to get them back. So based on that, I'm not going to produce them yet. I am going to produce boom 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 another. Well, now we're 2 turns away from unlocking iron. I'm going to produce another warrior. But when I do produce a trader, I'll maybe go into this in more detail. But the trader, essentially, you set him off from one city, from your city, to a neighbouring city. It doesn't have to be your own, so I could send it off to Kumasi. That I have since learned how to pronounce Kumasi. My good friend Google told me that after episode 2, I think it was, when I was pronouncing it all sorts of wrong. I don't think I pronounced it right once. But yes, I could send a trader from, in this case, Munich to Kumasi, and what he would do is he would lay down a road through these tiles to Kumasi, and ultimately what that road does, that'll actually increase future traffic going from Munich to Kumasi and Kumasi back. And by traffic I mean all units, so your builders, your settlers, your military units, enemy military units, they can all use that road, and it makes it a wee bit quicker for them. Likewise, I could send it to Zanzibar. In this case, I actually would send it to Zanzibar because, as mentioned before, it is a gold city-state, and therefore, if I'm sending traders to it, I'm likely to get a wee bit more of a bonus from it. But I will not produce him yet, and again, I will explain that again once I am producing him. But that's the best way to produce roads, and then that helps you get across your empire quicker. The more roads you have, and at the minute, up here in the top left, it shows you how many trade routes I can have. What the trader is doing there, he's creating one trade route, and the whole turn that he's active, so it would take him like 1 turn to move 1 tile, and he's laying that road, and then he would jump back. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles to get to Kumasi, and 8 tiles back, so it would be 16 turns he'd be on that trade route, and each of those 16 turns you would be getting benefits from the trade route in the city that it started. There are some civics and technologies and things that would be given Kumasi some benefits too, so they get a bit of gold, but you often get gold, but you can also get other advantages, and I can talk about those in greater detail, but in the future as we come across them. But an example of that is that one of the governor that I've actually put into my main city will get food from trade routes that are starting in this city or ending in this city. So there's all sorts of advantages. So if you ever have room to have trade routes, you should always fill them ASAP. And as I say, I have one ability for one now, but depending on who you play, you can end up having the ability for 10, 20, even higher if you want to go down the commercial route. And that obviously has a huge advantage then, that you end up with a massive stockpile of gold, and then if you're ever in any wars or need any production or anything like that, you can actually use the gold to buy the things you need instead of having a higher level of production to produce them. So that's very useful. But for now, as I say, talk a wee bit more about traders when I actually create one. What I need to do ASAP is I need to sort out this amenities problem, and to do that I'm going to send this builder across, and he is going to fix this amber resource ASAP. I'm also going to send my slinger up here to fire off some pop shots at their troops. Hopefully my warrior will probably die this turn if I leave him there, so I'm going to bring him back here, and neither of them will be able to attack him this turn, next turn coming. So I'm going to cycle through this. He's coming at me, but again, like I say, he's not actually reaching me. What will I do? I'm going to pull my warrior back one more, and I'm going to heal him one turn, and he's going to push his warrior at me, and then I'll be able to sling at him next turn. I'll maybe bring this guy up here just in case. As I say, this guy is coming here. Okay, next turn he'll fix that. We'll skip forward here, and we are about to unlock. Right, they've come at me with both. Okay, so we've just unlocked bronze working, which is big, as I said in the last episode. This big for military. So hopefully this will have unlocked iron somewhere, which I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing it on the map. So again, we need to get our explorer out exploring ASAP, and our first city, first place we find that has iron, we need to place our city on it and get it. Particularly if we're going to push military win. Now that we have that bronze working, we can choose another research. I said before, I think I would go for irrigation. Still seems like the best choice at the minute. Ultimately I'll get archery too, so I can create archers, but irrigation so that I can upgrade this spices. This guy is going to repair this and give me that immunity again. Okay, see, that looks like that's not enough now. So Munich has grew again from we were last talking about it, and amenities. Oh, okay, no, that's okay. We're still 3 out of 3 here. If you see here, sometimes there's still a visual glitch in Civ, and it's saying here I don't have enough amenities, insufficient amenities here. But once you click Endless City, you realise that I am 3 out of 3, so I do have enough. The status is content, and next turn this wee thing will disappear. It's funny that because it definitely disappeared immediately the last time. When I upgraded this amber resource the first time, but yeah, that's interesting. But anyway, these guys, what to do? To have a chance of winning this, I think I need to play a bit defensive. I'm going to bring these guys back onto forest tiles and bring this guy back a wee bit too, so he can't reach him, and heal him. So I'm trying to make them come out so that I can attack them when they're on plains, when they're on an easier place that I can attack. Also, it'll give me another turn to actually heal this guy up, and heal this guy. He'll heal the scout as well, which could make the difference in this oncoming battle. If the two of them move here, which I'm hoping they do, yes, there we go. That means my slinger is going to be able to fire at one of them. Which one? That is the question. So this has just produced a warrior, which is great timing. So I'm going to push him up there, which means that I can probably attack him with the slinger, because the slinger looks like he's going to do as much damage to the spearman as he's going to do the warrior, and because the spearman's slightly stronger, then that's who I decided to go for. This guy will probably still die even on this tie, so I'm going to back him away one more as well so he doesn't get killed. And this guy is going to go back in here and hide for a few turns. Now again, we've got another production, so we do Scout Warrior Slinger. I'm gonna produce another slinger just to just to keep myself right. I think I'll be able to kill them and clear them out with what I have, but it does no harm to have extra military units floating around. So this guy has just attacked my slinger and has... okay, I may lose my slinger. No, okay, that's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, great, now we have another flood. What is happening? Another natural disaster right beside my city. The other one, if you see there at the start of this turn, it actually only just fully healed to the start of this turn from the last time. Okay, well it hasn't damaged the city this time, which is weird, and thankfully it hasn't killed the armor resource, because that would have been a pain in the ass, because I only just healed it. So I'm going to clear these guys out, or try to clear these guys out. Hopefully this warrior will kill their warrior in one hit, which he has, and then hopefully my slinger will kill their spearman in one hit, which he has. Perfect. So now I'm going to push my most health. I'm going to heal this guy for as long as it takes. This scout is going to return to his original task, and there's another scout. Excellent. A lot of barbs in this one, it seems. This guy is going to wait 3 turns and then upgrade this. Take 2 turns to get there, so you might as well start now. And now I have unlocked craftsmanship, so I have to go for the next one, which, government plaza, I am going to go for this state workforce. Now I will go for that because it unlocks the next district that has good advantages, particularly a good advantage for creating settlers. It also, this here says awards 1 governor title, so it awards an upgrade to my current governor, which is very important. Also, the fact that we have already got the Eureka for it means it will be the quickest to research, even though these two are actually an earlier time than it. By the time we come around to researching these, we might have the Eureka, and therefore it's most efficient use of your culture per turn. I'm not going for mysticism because I'm clearly not going for any kind of a faith victory. My faith per turn is still 0, and it will be for a while. But if somebody was going for a faith victory, that would be a really early one that would be researched in the civics tree. So for now, as I say, state workforce. Once I unlock the government plaza, I will discuss it in greater detail. But for now, our amenities, our insufficient amenities has disappeared. I'm gonna send this scout after their scout. Probably won't be able to catch up with them, but it does no harm to chase them down. At least then I might be able to find out where the encampment is. I'm gonna send this guy at this. By the time I reach here, I'm fully expecting them to have respawned another unit. So I am going to upgrade this guy and then push him towards here as well. This guy isn't much use until he heals a bit more, so I'm going to leave him there. And I've got another slinger producing here, so I'm going to send him out as well. In turn, slinger. Well, we'll see what happens here once I push this warrior up. Okay, they haven't respawned a unit yet, but I still don't trust that they won't next turn before I get to destroy it. This guy can skip 1 turn, because irrigation isn't done yet. Now we get to choose the production for this one, and a few options, a few that are now that we have enough military. Few options would be granary, which gives me the extra food, which will help me grow quicker, which I'll definitely build at some point. Library gives me an extra 2 science. So what I mentioned before about districts, once you build certain districts, then that unlocks the ability to build certain buildings in those districts. So the campus district I talked about before, it's the only district I've built, sitting here beside the mountains. I can build libraries in it. Later on you can build universities and generally all things that are relating to research. So anything research related will be going into the campus, and that's the only place you can place it. And they'll all have science boosts to them. So I'll build a library in the campus, and then certain buildings, then other buildings get built in the city centre, like the granary. There's not too many of those, but they just get built there. It's just how the game works. And then the likes of the encampment here, I haven't talked about it because we've only just unlocked it with iron working or bronze working. So, but it is where you produce units, and once I build it, which I will, maybe not yet, but I will build it, it's fairly high up the list of what I want to build. I want to build a granary, the library, the encampment, probably a trader, maybe even this wander. Now, I haven't discussed wanders yet. Again, more detail down the line, but there's loads of different wonders in their world wonders in Civilization 6. Once you build one, nobody else can build that wonder. So that's the big advantage of it, but it takes a heck of a lot more turns than what other buildings take. If you look at this, the highest building here, which we haven't long unlocked, is a library of 6 turns, but Edamananki here is 14 turns, and as you get progressively through the game, the wonders take more and more production, as all the buildings do, but the wonders are always a sizable amount of turns. You'll rarely be able to build it in 1 or 2 turns, let's put it that way. If you look at this then, if you mouse over the wander, the tooltip for it, every one is different, but Edamananki here gives you +2 science and +1 production to all marsh tiles in your empire, +1 science and +1 production to all floodplain tiles for this city. Now that's big if you have marsh and floodplains. Now as it is, I'm fairly sure these are floodplains because they've flooded on me twice in the last like 10 turns. So yeah, grassland floodplains. Do we have any marsh? I don't. Is this marshes? Maybe marsh actually. Is it? Grassland floodplains. So we have 4. Here's this one. Grassland floodplains 5, and that city will reach that. So that's just grassland. And that's just grassland. So there's, oh sorry, this one as well. Yeah, okay, so there's 5 here that we would take advantage of if we built that. Oh, floodplains 6. Okay, that is probably a wonder we want to build ASAP, to be honest. +2 science, so +1 science and +1 production to all floodplain tiles for the city. So that is really, really big because of where I'm situated. You could have another city here like Kumasi. Doesn't look like he has any floodplains around it, so that option, you probably wouldn't even actually get the option to build Edamanaki because it says here must be, on the next line, must be built on floodplains or marsh. So oh, do I build it? You see, it's something like that because I'm the only one that can. Because only one civilization can build it. If you can, and there's a wonder you want to build, you want to do it sooner rather than later. Because if I wait 10 turns and then do this, that increases the chances that somebody else is going to build it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Like the districts, a wander has to go on a hexagon around your city, so you have to choose one. I'm certainly not going to choose this wheat resource and this rice resource because they're extra. Those bonus resources give extra yields to these tiles. So what I'm looking at is either this one or probably this one. Even though it's 60 golding, I'll go ahead and buy this one and put it in this because it's a fairly shit tile other than what I'm about to put on it, so it only has 2 food. So I'm going to put Edamananki on it, and it's going to take 14 turns to build. I'm going to send this guy after. Oh, I found a tribal hut, so that's good. So yes, I'm going to build that. Hopefully we get it, but we'll see in 14 turns. We'll see if I can actually grow it any quicker as well, get it built in quicker. As for that, I'm just going to send this slinger out to have a wee look at what's around. Next turn, yeah, okay, fuck off, Philip. I'm saying plenty, you're just not listening, fella. And that's another reason why I am going to kill him at some point. But his day will come, it's not now. So I now have unlocked irrigation, so it means I can now upgrade the spices resource. If you look down here, my builder's going to build a plantation improvement. It's going to add 2 gold to it, so that's going to make this tile very, very profitable indeed. And we still have 1 charge left in the builder, which I wasn't expecting. So we have just cleared that barbarian encampment by my warrior running onto it, and that has increased our progress towards military tradition. So that's good because once our state workforce is done up here, 5 turns, we now have another civic that we have the Eureka moment for, the boosted moment for. So we will get into that next more than likely. Now that we've done irrigation, we have I think I said before about going archery. I'm just gonna go archery because I really want iron working because this is what unlocks a swordsman. But to do that, we need iron to actually be able to make the swordsman unit. If you look down there at the bottom left, requires 20 iron. Also, if we build an iron mine, we get the Eureka moment for that. So if I go to research this, I only want to research 2/3 of it. And by that stage, hopefully, we'll have a settler out and some iron. But we'll play that by ear. For now, I'm going to go archery. And then going to send this guy into this tribal village and see what they give me. What did they give me? Oh, okay. They boosted towards mysticism. That's alright. That's something that we will probably research eventually. But it's not high on the list, as I said before, because I'm not going for a faith victory. So all these guys can probably heal. I'm going to heal him. I heal him another turn. 13 turns. Okay, let's keep trucking forward. Hopefully we'll be able to get Adam and Anki built, but we'll see. This scout's actually attacking my scout. That's interesting. Normally they don't. Normally they run, particularly when they're weaker. So I'm gonna hit him back. See how he likes it. I'm wondering, is he not running because he doesn't have somewhere to run to? So he may have been a scout for that. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Because he was running away from me that whole time until I've just killed his home camp. And then he's decided, well, fuck it, I'm just going to attack. I'm just going to go down swinging. Which he did. He died. So, good decision by him. What are we doing now then? I'm going to send this slinger back to defend the city just in case any more sneaky barbs show up. I'm going to heal both of these warriors and then maybe send them out searching. Because I now have the access to iron working, I'm going to put this guy back in here just to keep him safe for now. Because I now have access to iron working and can see iron. My main priority now is actually finding iron on the map, and hopefully I find some somewhere near me that I can place a city on. But for now, it's not looking likely. This is an awful mountain range. It looks like I am completely enclosed in here on this side. So this guy, builder, go to sleep. Next turn, chew through this. A couple of turns will be. Oh, this is a massive mountain range. This is less than ideal. There's archery. Next research will be wheel, watermill. Watermill's a good building. Actually, I'm gonna go for the wheel. Watermill's another building that can get built in every city, in your city centre, the same place that the granary builds, and it gives you +1 food and +1 production if you're adjacent to a river. Yeah. So this city, Munich is, so that'll be useful. Even though I haven't built the granary yet, I'll build both of those pretty soon. This slinger now, because we have unlocked archery, we now possess the ability to produce archers, of course, but what you can also do is you can upgrade old units. So if you say here, the slinger is obviously the ranged unit, you can upgrade it, which I'm going to do to an archer for 60 gold. I maybe won't do it with the other guy, I'm just going to do it with this guy, because he's the guy defending the city. But depending on the gold here, I might later on. But essentially, you no longer, this guy's just going to see what he can explore. You can no longer actually produce once you unlock the next unit. Select the actual production. Once you unlock the next unit, if you look here, I can now produce an archer, but I can no longer produce a slinger. So it stops your production queue being absolutely jam packed of different units. 5 or 100 turns through the game when you're in the industrial area, you do not want to be able to produce a slinger because you're never going to do it. You don't even want to produce an archer at that stage. You'll have crossbowmen and such, and because they're the same unit type, so a ranged unit, so the only ranged unit at the start, a slinger, gets replaced by an archer. Ultimately, he gets replaced by a crossbowman. Later on, there's a couple of different range units, I think, depending on who you're playing. Yeah, but the crossbowman sounds silly, but the crossbowman ultimately, I believe, gets upgraded to probably to a cannon or something to that effect, which is pretty funny. But also then, yes, your warrior. Once I unlock this swordsman, the iron. Once I unlock iron working, so I can create swordsman, and then also get a mine built on an iron resource, then I'll be able to produce swordsmen, and I'll no longer be able to produce warriors at that stage because they replace, as I say, the swordsman will replace the warrior. What to build here next? I am not going to decide now what to build here next. We're at 24 minutes, so I'm going to leave it here, and I'll choose what to build in the next one. As usual, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please let me know down below. Give me a like or a subscribe, and leave anything in the comments if you feel up to doing so. But for now, wherever you are, whatever time, enjoy yourselves. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.